lane phase this entire tournament. So it's gonna be awesome to watch AP versus AD, mid laner versus AD carry, SKT versus Najin EM Fire, and already you can see OQ starting to shove the wave.
Yeah, just getting right into it, just trying to push this down as quickly and efficiently as possible. Easyhoon not gonna have too much pressure. Only able to throw out the dark spheres for now. Not gonna be able to do too much until he hits that like level 3, level 4 point. And then of course at level 6 he's gonna explode once he gets that unleashed power. So OQ kind of playing with a little bit of a time bomb with Easyhoon Syndra right now.
And you can just see how effective OQ's Misfortune is at shoving this wave early on. Even double ups underneath the turret, there's just not a whole lot Easyhoon can do, given the fact that while he's busy trying to harass, he has to hit the minion wave too. And so wisely enough, OQ actually not standing in the minion wave, so that the spells that Easyhoon uses are either forced to hit just the minions, or or him, and let the minion wave push in. So forcing some difficult decisions here from Easyhoon, but neither laner actually put that far behind by the other's decisions.
Yeah, just a little bit of a CS disparity so far, but nothing too significant. We're not going to see, I don't think that we'll see this game end in a CS difference. I'd be very surprised.
That now. Never know.
This is true. I don't know. These two, I feel like they're gonna hit 6 and they're going to go into hyper aggressive mode, and it's just gonna become completely explosive. And we're gonna see there's just some really cutthroat play coming out from these guys. But I've been wrong before. We'll have to see what happens between these two players. As we can see, Easyhoon is taking a bit of harass. He's trying to fire back here onto OQ, but just not quite able to find the damage just yet. OQ just doing a really good job of managing the wave and consistently pushing Easyhoon back into his tower, forcing him to CS underneath of it, which is just not the easiest for a Syndra.
Now, specifically for Easyhoon, he's gonna drop down in CS. He's about down by 10 right now, and so while that's obviously bad, all he has to do is just keep his CS decently in the same area as OQ, so that OQ won't be able to spend that gold on just straight up defensive items when he goes back to base, like Doran's Blade, maybe a Null Magic Mantle. You get the idea. For Easyhoon, he's gonna look to spam out Dark Spheres on the wave, and then maybe a long-range Scatter the Weak stun into ulti combo for the win. But hasn't been able to land that stun, is dropping low on mana, so does have his work cut out for him as this lane continues.
Yeah, that's the other thing you have to be very cautious about with Syndra is her mana. She has very high cost spells, especially early, and without being able to get a blue buff from a supporting jungler, it's gonna be a little bit of a rough time.
Double up hitting there through the minion wave too. You can just see how much damage that deals. And OQ, more importantly, wow, so good at hitting these double ups. The second one in a row that's landed there. Easyhoon not saving enough minions to hit them, or to at least allow them to be absorbed.
Yeah, yet again, it's just looking like a bit of misplay as far as positional awareness goes from Easyhoon. Last match, we did see him getting ripped through by the Piercing Light through his own minions, and now the double ups are just absolutely doing work to him. So just questionable positioning coming out from him in this matchup. You can see he's trying to fire back a little bit, but his Dark Sphere is just not doing nearly as much damage as that double up is.
Yeah, you can just see OQ definitely knows his stuff when it comes to AD carries. The harass patterns are completely on point, either using the double up to harass at very long range, or just saving it for the auto attack reset, putting out additional damage. Now, first ultimate being used, there's bullet time. I mean, not used necessarily optimally to deal damage to Easyhoon, but it was really just about clearing out the wave and getting that peace of mind on your first trip back to base.
Yeah, it just alleviates a lot of pressure. He doesn't have to worry about his turret getting pushed too hard, and that's just going to keep Easyhoon contained in his own little spot there. So just really just kind of, I suspect that we're going to see OQ using that bullet time on cooldown for the most part, Unless, of course, he does have a really fantastic setup to get himself a kill, but with bullet time, that's a little bit rare. But as we can see, with their first backs, Easyhoon picking up the triple Doran's ring, and of course, mirroring him from the AD side, the triple Doran's blade coming in for OQ. TP's being burned out by both sides, so we won't be seeing those for another minute, 2 minutes or so here. And now we go right back to farming.
Yay, farming! The most exciting part of the 1v1. But to be fair, now that we've hit level 6, things should heat up just a little bit. Easyhoon does have his ultimate available, but with OQ staying relatively safe, there shouldn't be too drastic of an all-in attempt coming out here. And as OQ does push the wave away from his turret, we'll see if he's able to you know, push it into Easyhoon's or take too much harass to really deal with. Now, there's the all-in there. A couple more Qs, the Dark Spears, but look at that double up damage. Easyhoon, as well as those impure shots, man, taking down around 200 HP. Look at the health to sustain, the lifesteal there for OQ, really coming into play, allowing him to heal up after Easyhoon's all-in.
Yeah, just chugging those potions and crystalline flasks right now, trying to get back up to a safe spot. Nice counter aggression coming in from OQ, firing back. Very strong here. He's not going to go down without a fight. It's really going to come down to how well he can juke out these Dark Spheres. There's the bullet time. Not able to really find too much damage in on Easyhoon, however, but he will force him back underneath of his turret as it goes back to farming now. It's about 60 CS to 73. So OQ with a decent lead here.
Looking for the stun there. Is going to land it. Keep in mind, bullet time and, of course, scatter the weak. They're not going to be up there for a while, or unleashed power, rather. It's going to be a no ulti game, at least for the time being, which means, I think you know what that means, Achilleos. It's all about that CS, and possibly the base as well.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. As we can see now, Q going back yet again. 75 to about 67 CS here coming in. So the gap's not too huge, but we are getting ever closer to that 100 CS mark. And this is when things start getting scary. OQ using the strut to try to get back to lane.
That they do, and that is a big advantage to playing Misfortune. When you go back to base, you can get back into lane, specifically mid lane, because it's a shorter lane overall. You can just get back there so quickly. You don't even have to use teleport. When you do use TP, you get back essentially instantly. But look at this, a blasting wand for Easyhoon. He is going to have so much damage when he comes back into lane versus just the quad Dorans and boots picked up for OQ. So to compare itemization, there's one less Doran's item for Easyhoon, but OQ has boots in place of the blasting wand equivalent.
Yeah, as we can see, the OQ possibly recalling already yet again, comes back in, gets a little bit of CS, takes himself up to 86. Won't be too difficult for Easyhoon to catch back up to that, especially if OQ wants to go ahead and recall again. I think he's having a little bit of indecision. Decides to stick around. Doesn't want to give Easyhoon too easy of a time getting his CS back up. He's got to be very careful now that this blasting wand is on Easyhoon. One rotation, he could drop very, very low. We'll have to see what happens. Double up still chunking out very nicely, though.
Definitely something to keep an eye on as far as the CS goes, because when we get closer and closer to this 100 CS mark, that's where we're going right now, and there isn't quite that 10 CS lead that you need to win the game, but we are definitely closing the gap. Now, another thing that we might see as a win condition is this turret damage. Easyhoon putting it on, taking OQ's turret down below half HP, so OQ will have to be kind of wary about that turret getting pushed a little bit too much. And there it is, just ulting the wave to keep it off. Full clears the wave, grabs that extra CS, and oh, I think he's 10 CS up.
10 CS up, yep. Wow.
Just off